This is Isaiah chapter 62, verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem.
And we're the watchmen. Yohanan, he's not no fucking watchman, okay? He's sitting up on some fucking throne, you know, telling his men to go out and teach. You know, what about you, nigga? You supposed to be out here and you're not no fucking general. The general is out in the battlefield, okay? In front of his soldiers, okay? He's not giving shots from the goddamn sideline, okay?
This is Isaiah chapter 62, verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace.
Is referring to the nation of Israel. That's who we send out to teach, okay? To warn. And it tells you that if you don't warn them, then you're going to be destroyed, okay? So, put it.
Day nor night, ye that make O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor
the
night.
Scriptures say the prophets shall never hold their peace day nor night, okay? So we're gonna be out here to the Most High, tell us to stop doing what we're doing, man. Okay? And then we gotta endure the hardness, endure the great tribulation, okay? Which shall come upon all the world.
Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silent.
Ye that make mention of the Lord, it says, keep not silent. Okay? Give me Ezekiel 9:4. So we're going to continue to tell the truth no matter what. Okay? That's why the scriptures say in Titus 2:1, speak the things which become sound doctrine. Meaning tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem.
We're in that city right now. In Philadelphia, preaching the word.
And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
It says set a mark upon the foreheads, okay? That mark is the Hebrew word dawah, which means exemption from judgment, okay? So the Most High, he has men out here to be elect, okay? Doing his bidding, doing his will. And those men, you know, they could possibly be among the elect and be delivered, okay? By their works that they're doing, you know, and by their faith that they hold, okay? And also being predestinated, you know, to be among the elect, okay? 130.
That's Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in my hearing, go Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Said for the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. And we're doing that. All the wickedness that's going out throughout America and throughout the world, we're against it, you know, and we're preaching against it, okay? And according to the Bible, this society in America is going to be destroyed by nuclear fire, which we've been proving throughout the day, you know, to the night. That's why they say they shall not hold their peace day nor night, okay?
Verse 5. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
So the Most High gave the commandments to the angels to smite the people, okay? And this is referring to the Israelites, okay? 2/3 of our people are going to be slain, are going to be destroyed, they're going to be thrown in the damn trash. Because that's what they're fucking worth, they're garbage. Because they wasn't able to be purified, but they're going to be purified by that damn fire, man. Give me Isaiah 4:4.
It's Isaiah chapter 4, verse 4. When the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion.
It's the nigger woman, or the woman of our nation, okay? the Latin tribes, the fucking Native American tribe women, and the so-called black women. Okay?
And shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning.
The elect right now, they're going to do the purification, through the fiery trial, but the 2/3, they're going to get physically burnt, okay, by the nuclear fire, okay? That's what's going to be able to purify their fucking souls. But the elect, they're going to get beamed up, and the laws are going to be put in their inward parts or in their minds, okay? It's more than clear.
Let's start from verse 5. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly. And let, and to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly.
It said we neither have ye pity. Okay, so the angels not going to spare, neither are these martial arts troops going to spare it, okay? They ain't going to have no mercy on our people in that day. And you want to find out that the white man don't fucking love you. He never did. And he never will. Isaiah 18. Yeah, Isaiah.
Verse 6, Ezekiel 9, verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women.
That's plain, man. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children. Okay? Maids are young women. Okay?
But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
They're the elect, okay? The ones that the Yahushua is going to redeem from the earth. The ones that's not going to taste of death.
And begin at my sanctuary.
The sanctuary is the nation of Israel, okay? Like it says in 1 Peter's. Is that 1 Peter?
I don't know. Oh shit, you lost. Right, you said
4 and 17.
Peter's, 117.
Yeah.
First Peter's.
Start at 16.
As 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 16. Yet, if any man suffer as a Christian, let him
as
not.
a Christian, meaning followers of Christ, we're followers of Yahushua, so not fucking Christians. Okay?
Let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify the Most High.
We don't call ourselves Christians, but we know what the word means. It means anointed.
But let him glorify the Most High
so,
on this behalf.
So we're not out here to strive for vainglory, to promote our fucking self, promote our fucking advertisement like we got next. We out here to glorify Yahweh Bashim Shah, okay?
Second Peter's. We said First Peter, right? Yeah, First Peter 4 and 17. All right. First Peter's chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High.
Yeah, just like in Ezekiel, going back to Ezekiel, it says, begin at my sanctuary, okay? And right here it says, read that.
All right, for 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High.
The house of the Most High, the house of God, is the nation of Israel, okay? God damn, the 2/3 are going to be destroyed, okay? That's an inevitability that's going to fall to 2/3 of our nation, okay?
And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?
They're going to end up dead, you know?
That's right.
Yep, that's right. Isaiah 13:9.
It's like the scriptures say, like the scriptures say, then they shall know it through death by pain. Okay? So you're going to know everything that we've been saying was the truth, but you're going to have to learn it through death by pain. Like they're going to be delivered up in a chariot. They're not going to taste of death on this side, you know? They're going to be able to live a full age when they get into the kingdom, when they're beamed up in a chariot. But for 2/3, they're going to have to know it through death by pain. I would hate to have to be on that side, man. That's why I consistently pray that the Lord deliver me and the Akim, you know? And that's part of being humble, man. You know, you pray for your Akim, not just yourself. You pray for, you know, the brothers that you speak with.
Yeah, Khan, you might be proud as hell, but the brother is the one that's praying for you. That's why the Most High blessing your ass. You know?
That's why we constantly gotta, that's why the scriptures say, love working no ill towards his neighbor, right? You know, I don't find it at all a problem when one of these brothers are ever in need. And shit, if they don't even have to come out and say it, you know what I mean? I'll just do whatever I can for them anyway, you know? It won't take it to be an extreme measure for me to say, oh brother, you look destitute, you know? You know, you might need something. Nah, man. I can say, hey, look, if you need anything, contact me, you know, get at me. Y'all brothers good? Good? Alright. I mean, that's just me showing, you know, a sense of humility. Which we're all supposed to be in that spirit. We're all supposed to humble ourselves, you know? No matter what. But
Isaiah 26:20 verse.
It's Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into the chambers.
That's referring to when the elect of Israel get delivered, okay? When they're in the chariots, I was going to tell you, I'll break it down.
And shut thy doors about thee, hide thyself, as it were for a little moment, until the end
Well,
of
in the chariots, why we want to be in the chariots to begin with? Because that's how Yahweh Shai is going to deliver us, and because America is going to be fucking destroyed, okay? That's why Yahweh Shai is going to have to redeem the elect from the earth, okay? So they won't partake in the second death, okay? In that burning in the nuclear fire. And while we're in the chariots, we're going to see the people being destroyed, okay? We want to watch from an aerial view of these people fucking getting burnt up, man.
Now, I was gonna share a little testimony. I basically had a dream, you know, a while ago. I don't know if I actually ever shared this on camera. I know I might have shared it with y'all, but basically in the dream started where I was running out my house, right? And I went to my car, and I went to the back seat. And in the back seat, what I was reaching for was the Bible. Now, when I went to go reach for the Bible, something just just sucked me up, like really gently, and I had no control. I couldn't stop it. And next thing I know, I was looking down at America, and I was in the outer atmosphere of the earth. But what I could see looking down was America in smoke and in fire, like literally a lake of fire. And I could see the smoke rising up as I was going up into the utmost atmosphere, and I was basically in a chariot, you know? That was a very, very vivid dream that I had, you know? And I'm sure we all had, you know, different dreams, but that's just one I wanted to share with y'all, you know? And it was just like the scripture said, you know? America becoming a lake of fire. Y'all that, you know? Isaiah, where it talks about how, but this shall be burning and fuel of fire, All right, there shall be smoke and ash. All right.
First,
Yeah, go ahead.
It's 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangels, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Yahweh Shai shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of
That
archangels.
shout is basically come hither, as it says in Revelations 18:4, referring to the deliverance.
With the voice of the archangels and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Yahweh Shai shall rise first. Then, it's 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of archangels, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Yahweh Shai shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together.
Yeah, stop right there. Remain that still stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shah. They're going to be delivered. Keep going.
Shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. So shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words.
And that word caught up. Read that again.
All right, 1 Thessalonians 4 and 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together.
Start right there. Caught up is the Greek word harpazo, which means to seize, to carry off by force. So that's referring to the gravitational pull that's going to beam up the elect. Okay. It said scriptures in Psalms, I think 104. If I'm not mistaken, it says yeah, y'all can get that. So, who laid the beams of the chariots, something like that?
I don't know.
Yeah, you just get it. I think I'm just cool. Who laid the beams? But that's going into deliverance. Okay.
Who got out the wind in his fist, who laid his beams,
Yeah,
who make it this clouds of chariots.
This is Psalms 104 and 3. Who laid the beams of his chambers in the waters? Who maketh the clouds his chariot? Who walketh upon the wings of the wind? That's basically what the brother was going into, you know. The clouds is a buzzword for a chariot, you know. It's not really talking about how, you know. So, no, I was just holding it down anyway. But all right. Anyways, like I was saying, the clouds are a buzzword for the chariots, not like literal clouds. Okay, Most High ain't gonna come raising hell on a fluffy cloud, you know. That's referring to a vehicle, you know, a supernatural vehicle. Okay, that has power, you know, that the angels control. Okay.
Yeah, the word car in itself means will. Okay, it's where you get the word chariot. It means will, and it tells you in Ezekiel about the will within the will. You know, it's referring to the chariot of Israel, and most of the chariots I've seen, you know, mentioned in the Bible, they realm. You know,
Flying roll.
yeah, flying will. They like circles, and the circle is the shape of what? Damn will. Okay. So if like cars today, if you have a fucking square tire, you ain't going fucking nowhere, you know. So the chariots, they basically mastered the art of like fucking maneuvering, you know?
And transformation.
Yep. Transportation, you know.
Because, you know, another thing about clouds too is they're not always circular. You know, clouds actually come in different shapes too. You know.
Yeah, some chariots are gonna be like looking
Bigger.
like pyramids
Yeah.
and shit, looking
Chariots,
like crowns.
Some clouds, are big. Some clouds are smaller. You know, for the most part they are round, but they also come in different shapes too.
Yeah, kind of tell you about the signs about a chariot that look like a silver pot, You know, you're gonna have chariots that look like jewels.
Yeah, kind.
You know.
So it's just a comparison, you know. But technically, cloud would be an accurate depiction, you know. But it's just a buzzword for really a moving, powerful vehicle in which the angels are going to be in. It's just a lot. You want Isaiah?
Isaiah 20, 26, 20.
Isaiah 26, 20. It's Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. It's like, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpast.
The indignation is the righteous anger of the Lord.
That's right.
It's going to take place when Yahweh outside destroys America with them ICBM missiles, okay? And you're going to have the chariots doing work, destroying this fucking place, man. Ripping it apart, okay? Keep on that.
For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity.
So the Lord, He's gonna send His Son Yahweh Shah from the third heaven. He's gonna come into this heaven, okay? And He's going to be traveling in the chariots, okay? Give me Revelation chapter 1 to 7.
Oh, man.
Revelations chapter 1, verse 7 says, behold, he cometh with clouds.
Behold means to look. You know?
He cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Coming with clouds, like the bro was going into the clouds. Chariots, okay? And He said, behold, every eye shall see him.
Yeah, come.
Keep going.
It says, and they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him.
All the kindreds of the earth shall well because of him. They're going to be in terrible fear. Okay?
Even so, Aman.
They're going to be afraid. And that they're going to be in terrible dread, apprehension. They're going to be shitting themselves. They self, and they're going to be dropping fucking dead. You know? And they're going to be destroyed by the vehicles of the Lord. You know?
Well, Khan, still got it. Can I read something else real quick? This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Yep, that's a precept for Revelation chapter 1 and 7.
Khan. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
Yeah, kind. And these are signs that we're looking for, and hopefully we're alive to see them and be delivered. Okay.
Isaiah chapter 26, verse 21. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity.
That's what He's coming to do. You know, to punish the people on the earth. Okay.
That's right. It says, the earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain.
So it's going to be a lot of blood that's shed when the Lord arrives. Okay. And even before that, it talks about the fire rises.
What, the Dark Knight? Fire rises.
Luke 12, real quick. Luke
12 and 49. Yeah, Con, I got you.
Fire rises.
This is Luke chapter 12,
Take them in judgment.
verse 49. I am come to send fire on earth, and what will I if it be already kindled?
So it's already going to be calamitous events and disasters on earth even before the Lord comes, you know?
But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straitened till it be accomplished?
He's going to put the cherry on the top. However you say that damn phrase. How you say that shit?
What's that?
The cherry on the top.
Oh, cherry. Oh, with the cherry on top.
Yeah. Kind of. He's going to just basically finish the job, you know?
The icing on the cake.
Yeah. Icing on the cake. That's all I meant to say.
It says, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division.
So it's going back to the bitch about the beef and all that.
Yeah, division.
Lord, he says himself he's going to bring division. And that's what he did when he was on earth, man. It was cause divisions, because people wasn't right on the earth. And his job was to reprove their ass, okay, rebuke them.
Got one more precept. This is Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15.
Oh, hold up. Get Revelations first.
All right.
Revelation 19.
You can get it. Go ahead.
Shit. Start at 10.
So we just read that the Lord himself is coming to bring fire, man. So America, whether you like it or not, is going to become an utter desolation and wasteland through fire, by fire.
Revelations chapter 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren, that I have testimony of Yahushai. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. Verse 11. And I saw heaven opened up, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness.
He ain't gonna be on no actual fucking horse.
Oh, man, you had to say it.
Not fucking Pegasus
You had to say
and
it.
Muhammad and shit, It's referring to the chariot of Israel, okay? And then he's gonna be in its full power and its full glory, man, when he comes.
I'm going to just try to see if I can find it. He can continue with that, though.
And in
Oh,
righteousness.
it's like, I got it right here. Let me read this. This is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 7. And Salakia. Psalms chapter 33, verse 17. And horse is a vain thing for safety, neither shall he deliver any by his great strength.
So you niggas join a white man army, you can get Isaiah 33 about defense. The scripture you like.
33, I believe it's 50.
33 and 10 something.
Isaiah
I
33.
was just reading that precept today, too, man. So that's the spirit, man. That's the spirit.
Maybe in the first.
Woe to thee that spoilest. That was not spoiled.
I think it's like 5 or something, maybe?
31 and 5.
31?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
This is Isaiah chapter 31, verse 5. Beautiful. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem.
Oh, yeah.
You see that? Is referring to the chariots of Israel, right? And how Israel is going to be delivered.
Yeah, and then you ever see like a band of birds like flying together? That's exactly how the chariots are going to come, man. Chariots are going to come in a very big pack.
In formation.
Yep, in formation, yeah.
Thousands. There's going to be so many chariots you can't number them.
In order, decently in order, they're going to come.
Yeah, no, it's funny too that we could bring out all this information, but you got niggas, right, that still believe that the Most High gonna come on actual horses, or that the Most High gonna come riding on fucking clouds. But then when you tell them about the chariots, which are supernatural vehicles for the angels, that's just beyond belief. You can't believe that.
The Lord gonna come.
But the Most High gonna ride on a fucking unicorn,
Yeah.
which has never been seen.
He gonna come on a magic carpet,
Yeah.
with Aladdin and shit.
It's insane, man.
The fucking genie.
I mean, there's actual proof of so-called UFOs, It's documented. And in the scriptures back what them UFOs really are, which is supernatural vehicles that are for the angels. Yahushua gonna be in the mega ship, all right, the baddest ship, okay?
Yeah, it said that Ezra's tried to see the mountain that was called.
Yeah.
It wasn't a damn mountain.
Yeah, he was trying to look for the end of the mountain. He goes, it seemed like a moving mountain.
That's how.
And he couldn't even see the end of he couldn't even see the end of it.
Yeah, he seen chariots when he flying in his planes and shit. He said he seen the chariots the size of 10 football fields.
Damn.
Big as shit. He seen chariots miles and miles long. So that gives proof to the scriptures, man.
Isaiah 31 and 5. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend
He said
Jerusalem.
he's going to defend Jerusalem, not the other nations, man.
Defending also he will deliver it, and passing over he will preserve it. So that's the chariots, man.
No,
I know he didn't get but I said.
This is Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 49.
because the scripture in Isaiah said that the Lord is going to defend Jerusalem. Okay, now let's see what's going to happen to the other nations.
Now when he destroyeth, this is Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 49. Now when he destroyeth the multitude of the nations,
So yeah, he's going to destroy the nations on earth, man. Starting the war off with the so-called white man. Okay, he's numero uno on that list.
Numero uno.
that are gathered together, he shall defend his people that remain.
The elect. Oh shit! It remain. We read that in Thessalonians. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, we did it again.
This is Second Ezra 13 and 49. Now when he destroyeth the multitude of the nations,
So again, he's going to destroy the nation. Okay? He's not coming to save them. You know, he's coming to save the elect of Israel in the 1/3.
that are gathered together, he shall defend his people that
And then
remain.
he said that the nations that are gathered together. You know.
And then shall he show them great wonders. Then shall I, O Lord, that bearest rule, show me this.
And the greatest one we want to see is the destruction of America and the salvation of Israel. Okay.
Wherefore have I seen the man come up from the midst of the sea.
So, the sea is the space. It's referring to. Go back to the 13, 19.
Revelations chapter
19, 11.
Revelations chapter 19. Revelations 19 and 11. And I saw heaven open up, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness doeth judge and make war.
So when the Lord comes back, he's going to judge and make war with the heathens. Okay, 2/3 of the dumbass niggas. Keep on.
His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written.
Many crowns mean he's coming back to conquer the nations on this planet that's in power. Okay.
Name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of the Most High. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white.
As birds flying, the armies, you know, they're going to come in that formation. You know?
Verse 14, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses,
Chariots of Israel, so-called UFOs.
clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and the wrath of Almighty God.
This is Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Close this out, man.
So with that, you know, Shalom, all y'all can keep pushing the word out and keep it sincerity.
So I can
Don't want to say that our elders is a great millstone.
the last tell this great millstone.
Honest salutations to I can pushing out the word, keep it sincerity.
Honest says.
Shalom.
And death to America.
Death to America.
Shalom.